What's going on, guys? ICPubbles288 here, and today we are touring a Minecraft city that I made back on the Xbox 360. So obviously, size was super limited, and there's not a lot of builds. And I haven't been in this world properly since 2018, I think, so about 5 years ago. So let's see how everything looks and let's see what memories we bring back. This is the very first house I built in this world. As you can see, this is the interior. We'll be going outside in a second. I had a quick nosy at this world last night just so I could plan out a route of touring. So we are running the plastic texture pack because that's what I built the city in on the 360. And I used wool for the roads because I built this during the days of not having any concrete in the game. There's just a bunch of random stuff in here, I don't know why. But this is what the outside of the house looked. I wanted to build something that had a bit of every little colour in it. So something random, because why not? So I think we'll start on this stretch, then work our way down, then around some of the other bits, then through the nether. And hopefully we can get all this done in one video. So the next thing, there is the Apple Store. So you can get your iPhone, this looks kind of like the iPhone 6, your iPod, the Lightning dock, Bluetooth controller, and an iPad with games and apps such as YouTube, Safari/Google, Minecraft Pocket Edition. That was a big thing when I built the city. Crossy Road and Smashy Road and Crossy Road 2. I think those were a big thing with mobile games back in the day. iMessages, App Store, Twitter, Home Power, Facebook, and WhatsApp. And we got another iPod phone thing. I can't even remember what this is supposed to be. And one thing I have already noticed is I have used a butt ton of glowstone. But even then, it was that and torches that are the main source of lighting and probably the only source at the time as well. I think this is probably one of the nicest houses I've built in this city. It doesn't look too bad. 70 grand, bit steep. Next up, we have an airport. So we go through customs here. A lot of this worked better before all the updates, but I'm glad that still works. So you just put in your do what you do at a normal airport, put all your stuff in here, send it off to the other side as you go through the scanners, you pick it up and then you just send it back. We've got a little restaurant section, a toy shop, and two terminals to Gate 2, Squid Sky Island, and Gate 1 for Stampy's Lovely World. I mean, looking at this now looks a bit silly, but these were the days where I just watched a butt ton of Stampy and Squid when I was a kid. That's a recently added sign that I added a few months back, because why not? That's the main city that I'm running at the moment, or currently building, because I'm like, what, for flatland, people always say it's not really impressive, so I went for natural terrain, and I've been working on that for the last few years. Back here is an arcade, or games room. We got a roulette table, arcade machines, Forza Horizon, FIFA 17, FIFA 14, FIFA 13, Halo, Barbie, don't know why else in there, Minecraft, Sonic, Tetris, and Horizon 3. Do you know what? At the time of making this arcade, Horizon 3 was the newest game out, so I built this around 2016. And I think this was supposed to be a little ping pong table as well. We got toilets as well. They all look the same, so I ain't gonna look in every single one of them. This is pretty much the gate to the planes. Yeah, you can't really fit a lot of people in. There's the cockpit. Very basic. But this is when Minecraft was a really big game. I mean, oh god, I can't even get out of the doors. I mean, I think it still is a biggish game, but nobody really talks about it anymore. Oh my god, the planes I built back in 2016, 2018, whenever it was, look awful. Like, my god, like this is not very aerodynamic, let's be honest. And the runway is definitely too small for these planes. And we have a helicopter here as well. I think the helicopter does look a little bit better than the planes, but even then, this might be just a copied version of what's in Stampy's world. I can't really remember. It's been a little while since I've watched him. Here's a weird house. The glass house with a water and mossy copy roof and a glass lava ground. This house has zero privacy. Everyone can see in, everyone can see out. So this is like my first sort of basic redstone design, and the lever is broken. I think some of the newer updates has glitched out the game. Glitched out the redstone, because I don't think redstone works the same way as it used to. So we're not gonna break anything. But that's what the interior looks anyway. Next is this weird monstrosity. So yeah, this is really random. So the house is built out of crafting tables, stained glass, and furnaces, and the roof is made out of enchantment tables. I do like the purple on the bottom of it. Like, it's the closest to concrete you could probably get. But if you look on the top, you can just see and tell it's just full of enchantment tables. There's a little bridge here to a motorway that, well, a planned motorway that hasn't even been started yet. As was a singular house in just afterwards. Just made out of different types of stone and a bit of wood. But as you can see, a lot of the houses have oak doors, because this is back when Minecraft only had oak and iron doors. And the road just stretches out further to here, because right here, back on 360, was where the barrier was on the world. Like, you couldn't go no further than this. So it just shows how small things used to be. Got some nice trees that add a bit of life to it. Let's go down and then come back. Actually, let's do this little corner section here, then go back down. So we got another house, dirt cheap, because this is all the space you get. Pretty much like the builders on housing estates trying to cram as many houses into a small spot as possible. This is a house that one of my old mates claimed. I don't really talk to him that often anymore. Like, he's gone off and done his own thing, and I've done my own thing, and we haven't really talked since. This is his house. I think I still built it anyway. Or I said, here's a bit of land to do something with it. But actually no, I think I did build it and he just claimed it. We do have a house made out of these sort of blocks, which was at the time just been added to the game when building this. But we do have a nice little back area with a pool, so that's definitely added the value to the house. We have another brick house, very basic, and that's another thing I used to do as well, just throw a bunch of these torches around every little spot I can get. And up here you got a little wheat farm, nice small basic. Back here we have another house for sale, not a lot in it. That's the thing, I've left all my houses empty for people to buy and claim them. Music shop, AC/DC, little mix of Sheeran, and I couldn't really think of anything else at the time, but this is well old, this place. A lot of these, like, I'm not surprised, this is well old. And whose is this house? Jesse's house. I don't even know why or remember why I named a villager Jesse, or even there was a, I totally forgot there was a villager in this world. Let's loop around this side and do these houses, and I'll come back to these ones. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to talk about this one. It's just fence gates, glass, and glowstone, as well as oak flooring. An obsidian house, I think this is. Or is this the addition of concrete when I built this? It looks more like concrete, so I'm just gonna guess this. I built it in the addition. And my god, this is the addition of sea lantern. Jesus. Not a bad design, but I think I used too much sea lantern and glowstone. A little desert temple sort of thing. And just something different and unique. I mean, it looks pretty decent. The only thing is it doesn't have any windows other than a bit of glass at the top, but well, how would you add windows to a pyramid like this? So let's go back down here. We have a passing graveyard. Don't know why an angle is in it. Another house for sale with a unique design floor, as well as a love garden. Yet again, like I mentioned previously, I used to watch a lot of Stampy when I was younger, and this was basically inspired by him. And it pretty much works the same way. So I guess I could always come back in the future and do improvements on the place and turn it into a subscriber love. Like, just imagine, turn it into a subscriber love garden. That will get filled up quite quickly. Next up is a military base. So teaching rooms. Raf Lehman. Atlas. Oh wait, this Atlas Corporation. Actually, right. Now I remember. This isn't actually a. I don't think this is a real army thing, because it was one of my mates back in school that made up his own army name. Like that was the sort of thing we did back in the day. Oh yes, that was the guy, Ryan Metcalf. I haven't heard from him in donkeys. RAF Lehman. And some other rooms. And that's when my dad was working there as well. Parking. We got a few tanks. Like these were from YouTube videos. Like this is how you used to make a working tank in a day. Like, you just stand on a pressure plate, and it's just a firework dispenser. I don't think this one works very well, but I think this would definitely do a better demonstration. There we go, yeah, that was a better demonstration. And we got offices along the side here. I wanted each one to look a little bit different. But as you can see, they all have the same general design. And it just fills out a chunk of land, as well as a little runway for the jets. And as well as 2 more tanks. Very nice. I need to build a military base in my own city. There's also gates in and out in the helicopter pad. VIP. VIP shop, okay. What was in here? VIP 1 million, VIP pass 2 million. Okay. I can't even remember what these were for. Were they for some discounts or something? I cannot remember. I have a rule house. Maybe we should have started the tutorial in here. So what is in here? No stealing, no robbing, no breaking blocks unless building. Be happy, have fun. No chopping trees, no breaking crops. The VIP pass gives you a discount, a 50% discount on everything. Right. So in the long run, it might be worth it, but the prices I was thinking of are quite steep. This house is very blue with the diamond glowstone and glass around the top. Like, I've actually, believe it or not, I've actually moved away using these thick glasses and going around the edges, and now going more for this sort of design with the stained glass, like just the thin ones. Or was it thin stained glass? Actually, what is that called? Glass pane. Yeah, them. We have this gold house with a quartz roof and gold floor. Yellow stained glass. There's the upstairs. Yeah, again, I've done the terrible design of throwing torches everywhere. Oh, and there's a little cellar bit down here with 2 dogs kept in it. And if actually, that also brings back a point. If I just get some grass quickly, this world was only 3 layers deep. As you can see, we hit bedrock. As you can see, really, I didn't mine into a house, because once you break that, you're out of the world. But you were able to customize it to have even more layers. But enough of that, we have a bank. So we can just go through these doors here. Got some Jesus Christ, valuable materials and blocks. And there's a little water system here, and I'll show you how it works. So if you'd ask for some money or something like that, you take a bit. The bank would throw it down there, and then the customer would be able to pick it up from the other side. So that's the bank. This house over here. This is when coloured sandstone was a thing, so I was like, oh, I might as well make a house out of both colours of sandstone now. It's probably one of the cleaner builds. But let's go down here. We have a clothes shop and everything £400. Bloody hell, what was I thinking? Was I working for bloody Gucci? Yeah, so it's just different clothing in there. As I say, it's to be continued on the same, because if I just go back, it's just full of hats. All dye different colours. And I only just got to the chest area of the clothing, tops and that. We've got a small house here, very small and skinny. But when you go down, you do actually have a little bit more space, as well as a different coloured roof. And that different coloured roof is because of that house next door. And before we go next door, we have this terrible example of a lorry. Like, this is a very poor design. I don't know what young me was thinking. But now, let's get into this house. This is, at the time, my idea of a good modern house, but now I can just build things way better. It's got a pool in it, as well as an upstairs with a enchanting room. Well, I say enchanting room, a little enchantment area. Bed, load chests, as well as a balcony that overlooks the military base and the racetrack. And speaking of racetrack, that is actually our next place to look at. We got 2 parking spots and the next one's for host parking as well as VIP. Race cars only. Past, I think that's supposed to be past this area. I don't know why I put a B instead of a P. But this actually took a while to build. Like, this doesn't look like a very good racetrack. But yeah, you kind of see the resemblance on the picture of it. You got your pit lane and everything. And up here is for the camera crew and Sky sponsors only. I don't know why it's put Sky sponsors on there because it's like all sponsors, isn't it? And that is supposed to resemble a TV camera, I think it was. I can't really remember because of how long it's been since I've been in here. So in a way, this is basically a trip down memory lane. We got another house. At least I kind of died down on the torches. And we have a bin as well. And this is an actual working bin as well. So because if I get some wool, where it was a hopper, that doesn't even work probably because of this rabbit. But when you do throw a block down there, it's gone. Just like that. And we have another shop that sells materials. Stone, dirt, wood, and some of its specialist materials. I didn't really plan this place out very well, but for design-wise, not over dramatic on not overused on the glowstone, and I think the pattern just looks good in general. And I think this is where the barrier ended on the 360, because that village, that I'm only just noticed now, was not there on the 360, so we could have a quick nosy over there to see if there is any, but it's not really part of the world tour, so I don't think we're gonna bother. But we will fly back down here and go to this side, because we do have another house. House for the homeless. Compact, few beds, everything that you need, crafting tables, bookshelves. A fake cherry blossom tree, I think that's supposed to be. A hotel, and this is a hotel. The pattern has been inspired yet again by Stampy, but in a Stampy vs Squid building time build battle. That's what this has been inspired by, and reasonably priced of £100 per room. Wait, was it per day or per room? Per room, £100 a room per day. So that's like 3 at a standard average price. Of course, not a lot of space in all of them. And I try to make it that you get a bit more space and luxury the higher you go up. Into why there's only 2 rooms here. Well, saying that, it was only 2 rooms all the way up. As you can see, no point going inside every single one of them, as well as a helipad on the roof. But let's drop all the way down. We have another stone house with a bed down there, and as you can tell, a lot of the houses just have red beds because at the time there was only red beds in the game for a very long time. This was a magma house, and this is a terrible idea because if you're in survival, you just take damage. But I don't know what part of me thought this was a good idea to build. And now we have this house here. £200 for a house. Dirt cheap. You'd be lucky to rent a house for £200 these days. Not too bad. Right, now if we go further down, we have the ore house. And this thing is just fully made out of ores, torches, and redstone torches. It is a bit of a weird design, I do admit. And I don't know how I feel about it either. Next up is the builder's wall. And yeah, everything here has been built by me when I was a lot younger. So yeah, it's obviously gonna look a bit crap, I will admit. Like, I'm looking at a lot of these builders and saying, why on earth have I built it out of this material or this shape or that sort of style? There's another house. I gotta try to get through these. Perfect. There's a sponge house as well, made with wet sponge and dry sponge and a bit of stained glass. We have a pet shop. I've already started building a bulldozer on the outside. We have shulkers and parrots, dogs and cats. So let's see what we had in here. So the cats were 20 quid, birds were 100, the shulkers were 500, and dogs were 350, as well as leads being £10 each, and 10 taming items for 20 quid. And this, I think it was terracotta. But we also have this sorry excuse of a bulldozer wrecking ball thing. It's like, why on earth did I build it like this? This looks terrible. But we have 2 more buildings. We have the YouTuber house as well as this house here. I'll have a look at the YouTuber house in a second. This is when concrete was first added. I decided to build her house out of it, out of these sort of colours. And now for the YouTuber house. So we're starting off with Stampy, Squid, DanTDM, which was like who didn't watch these 3 YouTubers back in the day when Minecraft was really popular? Like, these were the people that made Minecraft fun. We also have, at this point, I just searched random Minecraft YouTubers or YouTubers in general for Amy Lee, Rose, Thinball, Swoozy, Dolman, Dennis Voxel, Net for Trust USA, and some of these other people, popular MMOs and gaming gen. That was another channel that I think a lot of people watched as well. For JK today, I never even heard of him. So like, honestly, a lot of these are just YouTube searches of YouTubers to add to the wall. Jack Ultra Gamer / Motive and AR12 Gaming. You know what? I still watch a good chunk of AR12. We have Raymond, or Ray Vision, Grian, who is who did a lot of Minecraft build tutorials or tips and tricks and everything. Dan Bull, I think he made the Minecraft rap battles. Captain Sparkle's another guy that did a lot of Minecraft videos. And Venom. Preston Plays, don't know who the hell that is. And Netty Plays, still don't know who it is. Don't know that person. Laserbeam. Never heard of Laserbeam, obviously not that famous. We all heard of that meme before. Obviously I've heard of Laserbeam. Quite fun to watch. Before we go down that side, we also have the player wall of people that's been in the world. And it was me, one of my mates, Midway. That's somebody I used to play with a lot, but they went to PC and I haven't really played with them since. I think I was just a random, and I think these three were just random people from an Xbox post that came to visit a world, as well as my good friend Readable Peter, or Peter XD. And here is the battle arena. But when I ended up doing battles, either on split screen or whatever, we ended up using the entire map of the city because it's quite small, let's be honest. We have the dance floor, we used the lava and a bunch of stained glass to look like a disco, a bunch of CDs, music player, and a waterfall. We also have a fishing zone and a car park there, we'll check that out in a minute. We have a fake tree, some real trees, and this is when banners were first introduced to the game, and I was like just messing around with them, seeing what you can make with it. We have another house, quite big, quite nice. But I see loads of improvements if I could easily fix. But of course it'll take too long, and this world is pretty much abandoned anyway. We also have a Tesco, so if I fly to the top, not the greatest design as you can see, and I put it in a not so great area where it's quite skinny, thin and small. So we do have the checkout area. This is when end rods became new. I was like, I might as well build something out of them. There's not. I don't think there's anything in these chests. Alright, it was just a bunch of random junk in the chests, really. All for £10 each, which the majority of it is probably pricey. Up here has a cafe. And this took inspiration from the Tesco in Kedrick Garrison in North Yorkshire, UK. Because that's the only Tesco I went into so far that actually has a cafe in it. Or also I remember, or to my memory serves anyway. Another house. Oh, I keep forget pressing the edit button because that never used to be a thing. And we have a bar as well. Okay, so you just go observe whatever. This was when these lanterns were new. In here are just little storage rooms where you probably keep the cleaning equipment anyway. As well as up here is just another place to be seeing. As well as having a better view around the world. So now we go back down here. This is a scuffed attempt of a 4-berth caravan. So let's just go and have a look. So we have the bedroom, as well as the bathroom. But like I already said, terrible attempt on my half. Then we have this monstrosity of a vehicle. that also has lights that you can turn on and off. I don't know why when I was a kid I thought I was advanced and cool and the greatest thing ever. A Formula 1 car that looks absolutely dreadful, I will admit. And what's this supposed to be, a van? Yeah, very basic. And I use the cobwebs to show. Right, it's running. And they've also made a little parkour section here. Let's see if my if I can complete it. This is when Minecraft parkour was a big thing. Back in the day as well. I keep saying back in the day like it's been out for years. But Minecraft is an old game. And oh my god, what am I doing? I don't really like doing a parkour on Bedrock edition. It just feels weird. But all these jumps are definitely makerable. I'm just being an absolute divvy with them. There we are. I say that, but I keep over jumping them. But you kind of get the point. It goes all the way around. All the way around. We got the longer jumps. As you can see, you definitely need a ladder to try to hook onto it, as well as some little jumps down. But you guys get the idea. We have there's the finish, there's the start. Alright, next up we have this little road down here. This is probably the first and only attempt of making a street lamp. We have another house with a bat living in it. Don't know why a bat is in there or how it got in there. Doesn't look too bad. This house was probably, if I remember correctly, was built off a YouTube tutorial. Very small, very compact. Not very spacious either. And I believe this was another house from a YouTube tutorial. We got a little farm here. Oh, what's down this? Nothing. Just a hatch to nowhere. A staircase into a very tiny house that somehow fits majority of your needs. Next to it is a jacuzzi that works as well, as well as a little food stand and a Remembrance Day 100 years of Remembrance Day poppies. So I think the last time I actually did build anything in here was in 2018. And that's the last record of builds anyway. We have a house made of scaffolding and wood. A kelp house. And this pool of water up here was just to keep all of this wet so it doesn't get dried up and the colour doesn't disappear, so it stays nice and colourful. But like I said with some of these previous houses, it's pretty much testing new blocks to see how well it looks on a house. Alright, next up is a mini golf course. So you can take a something that looks shaped as a ball and try it and get in the hole with as little shots as possible. There's different holes, different varieties. Others do take more shots than others. Some of them are just a guess because places where there is carpet, there is no ice. So you just have to try to find a lucky way through. And you also got these other places here. Is there any? Oh yeah, that was all ice. So you got an option of 3 holes you could choose, as well as an option of 2 starting points. Or 5, 1 fight, 1 fac. Oh wait, no, 1. I think that's supposed to say fake. But these were days where I couldn't spell for shit, and 1's not. So basically, yeah. So the hole with no carpet on the bottom is the fake, and the one with the yellow carpet is the correct one. Hole 9. You can't just go like that. You actually probably could. So probably class as cheating. But oh well. We have hole 15, very small. Hole 14 that goes under here and around over this bridge, and then into the hole there. At this point, I was just trying to cram in as many as possible. This was just a sky one. Say a sky one. It's just a higher level. Hole 12 is pretty much random. So I see. So you throw. At this point, you throw it down. Right, I don't know what's happened with the redstone. Or where the activation... there's the activation switch. Yeah, right, so... when you do eventually get your golf ball to this section here, you'd go back, flick the switch, and those pistons will go up and across to put it over here, so you can now put it down there. So then you got hole 11. Wait, no, that was hole 11. Hole 10 is fairly basic. You got an option of 2 yet again. Hole 8, you can pretty much start anywhere where the blue carpet is and just go down. 7 and hole 6. 7 is just fairly basic and easy. You just throw it and it goes in a straight line. This has a few little things that you have to throw under it. And yeah, that's the golf course. I probably didn't explain it very well, but you kind of get the picture. Next is some houses down there, but first we have another house. This was a villager house at first, and I didn't want to fully destroy it, so I kept it and just customized it a little extra. And you can also go underneath it. And this is supposed to be a road cement mixer, cement roller. So all this here is concrete next to the wool. But I think with the plastic texture pack, the wool does look more realistic and better than the concrete, in my personal opinion. But we do have a little extra section down here that I almost totally forgot about. We got another small house, bunch of trees, another house, and here's a house with a garden on the back. Oh yeah, we already showcased the house. I was going to say, if I showcased the house, I couldn't remember. Well, that's one thing I didn't showcase, there was a garden added to it, but at least we saw it now. And there's also an upstairs area as well. Another house that requires a button with an iron door. Very small, not that practical. Another house that we decided to build with new materials. As you can kind of tell at this point, I am got not a lot of words to explain or talk about, as a lot of it is just empty houses at this point. Here's another house that I took either as a tutorial on YouTube or something I saw on Pinterest. So there's two ways you can get in by two double doors. Go over your ground floor, as well as the upstairs. As you can see, it looks pretty decent, probably because it's from a YouTube tutorial or Pinterest, like I've just mentioned. Oh god, I don't know what came over me with this one. A house made out of iron. These anvils, I mean. Crafting table floor. Yeah, that just reminds myself of never to use them sort of materials for building. Another house. Compact, small and tidy. Oh, and this building here. Actually, have I showcased this house? Yeah, wait, no, it's this house next. Two single ways in. And there is also upstairs. There is also a mushroom house. And this was when you were just able to get mushrooms as blocks for the first time. Here's another house that looks fairly decent. And there's two ways into the back garden. So you can just easily loop around if wanted. And that was the last house on that side. So let's fly all the way back down. And do a Yui into this section here. For the next part. So this is a house made out of endstone, I believe. I don't know, I called it a white chocolate house because it kind of reminded me as white chocolate. There's also a little cellar section for guests and everything. Oh god damn it. There's a farm as well as another villager house that's remained instead of being destroyed. And there is also a spa. The only reason that sign says must enter in survival, because if a house is made out of glass, then people had the tendency of accidentally breaking stuff by punching it. And okay, the fish nibbler, hot tub, jacuzzi, and shower. Oh yeah, as you can see, I used fire, glowstones, and lava because this was before soul sand and being able to physically be able to make the water bubble. This is the tree farm, and this big thing here is the love tower. So we're just going to enter it. There's two ways that we can either take the stairs or the ladder. So we're going to take the ladder all the way up because this went up to the sky limit of the 360. So we're just going to fly all the way up here. And I think this took a full day to build, if I remember correctly. And you got a nice view. I say a nice view, a not very good view of the city. Unless you're right on top of the glass, or if there's actually more stuff around here. But you could also take the stairs up, but it's probably quicker going back down because it would take you that long. It would be a different time of day. By the time you got to the top, mainly because how I believe the day and night cycle used to run a lot quicker than it really did. Now, when it does now, I don't know. I haven't really timed it or tested that out. But I do think that is the case. And because of that, there's 2 beds there. I guess there should be 1 bed, as when you would wake up you'd probably glitch through the wall anyway and end up going down a few steps. But it was the halfway point, I believe. Oh wait, and there's another one there. So we are near the bottom now. So hopefully you guys didn't get too dizzy. We have a Valco from the show Trolleyed, with their slogan, Valco serves you right. We have toilets, a freezer, and a few shelves, everything being a tenner yet again, as well as the tills. Next up, we do have a sandcastle with the enchantment table, bed and everything, and this was the top. This was the top. This is the top. I mean, don't know why I'm saying this was the top. It still is the top. We have another weird-looking house with a load of banners and heads. I think this was when it was first added. I've also made a tree house, so we just go up here. And this is when we had plant pots and a variety of plants that you could put in them and been added. It was more of a showcase them off sort of thing, because they were new to the game at the time. As well as this being the roof. And we do have a pool, yet again. And it just works. In here we have a super duper hat shop. Everything in here is £300. Colours is Ferrari red, which is just red leather. These are all just leather caps with just. I tried to think of fancy names, and this is the best I could think of at the time. So Ferrari red, tangerine orange, yellow banana, lime green, light blue gloom, cyan, clayan. I think that's pronounced. I don't know why I thought that. Cool blue, papa purple, bloom, magenta, baby pink, baby pinky pink, white sheep, silver, darky barky grey. I think that's pronounced. Devil black, cactus green. Oh my god, what a weird ass name. Chin, as it's chain. Well, basically, realistically, that says Chin Chan. So, sounds more Chinese than anything. Rich iron, leather beather, chocolate brown, golden delight, and richest diamonds. And you got your tilt there. But like I said, if any of this is cringe, I know. I'm like I said, I was really young when I made this, and oh my god, what a terrible design for glass windows. Stacked anvils, okay. So this kind of reminds me why I pretty much ditched a server to make something better. We have another house in here, just one layer, this is about it. But we do have another house just above it. And you definitely don't want noisy neighbours that will be bashing the floor. Because imagine living in this house and you just hear people bashing and vibrations through that floor. Now you do not want to be living under there. We also have a sheep farm with rainbow sheep named Jeb, and upside down villager Dinnerbone and Jeb for upside down and rainbow sheep. Yeah, you're gonna stay in that pin, mate. And this is when name tags were new as well, and this was a feature in the game. I was like, it's pretty cool. I must add that in my city. Another cobblestone wooden house. Another house. That doesn't look half bad. A house with a ping pong table in it. Oh my god, this house is bright. A glowstone house with an experimental banner curtains. An obsidian house with a mix of purple and black stained glass, as well as a combo of glowstone and mossy cobble for the roof and bedrock for the floor. So you could spawn the wither in here and the floor would survive. That'll be it. And another house with a terracotta roof, and honestly I don't really like how the terracotta looks. Like, is there any builds that make terracotta look nice? Because honestly I don't think there is. And I think there's a few more houses down here and we're done with the tour. We have a shulker block house with end rods, and you're wondering what a loud noise is. A beacon roof. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but yeah. As well as a dark, oh yes, I don't know why a boat is in here. I have no explanation for that. But honestly, I would not want to live in this building. Like, just imagine hearing that the entire time you're trying to work, sleep, or do anything. Yeah, that's probably going to get annoying pretty quick, and I think the neighbours would hate you if you did have that on all the time. Here's another nice-ish looking house. Well, I say nice-ish. It'd be better without all these torches. But you can also go outside and have the little tree garden with saplings and everything in there. Because if you can't even fly out of there, there's not enough space. Go back through the door and out. To make this possible, I had to basically plant a load of trees together and then put a hole in it to make that work. Next up is this house. I quite like the general design of this. You have Formula 1 on the screen there, but that's what it's supposed to be. F1, that's supposed to say anyway. Where there's purple flooring, there's a purple glass roof. Where there's yellow flooring, there is yellow stained roof. Same with the grey, and this orangey sort of colour with the reddy orange as well. It kind of works. I think that was the last house. I will be honest, I thought there was more. Actually, wasn't there more on the other side? Ah yes, there's this side of houses as well. I can't remember if we have gone through it. Or maybe I have. We have Jess' house, Jess' villager. And oh yeah, we have been down there because that's the music shop. So I think I did show the entire house once or twice. But yeah, if we just fly into the air, that's what the city pretty much looks like. So I think for a screenshot for the thumbnail. I think something like this would work pretty well. But there's one more thing I've almost totally forgot, and I can't believe I did almost forget. The Nether. I can't believe I almost forgot about the Nether. How silly of me. So we're going to go through this portal. Building terrain. I mean, the funny thing is, the last tour I've actually done was 2 years ago on the, I think it was Tokyo. No beds or never come. Oh yeah, because beds blow up in the Nether. And this place is just full of roller coasters. I wanted to make it like what I was trying to do was make it more of a theme park sort of thing. But before we do test out any of the roller coasters, we have a few shops. This is a roller coaster, so we'll give that a go in a second, as well as a health shop. Wait, did I really call it health? Oh no, welcome to the Nether shop. I was going to say. Because of how dark the Nether is anyway, I tried to use as much glowstone as possible. But yeah, let's test out some roller coasters before we end. Alright, so let's press the button. So this is just a small inside the house roller coaster. Very quick. And the ride is over just like that. You can go around as many times as you want. But I don't know why there is a panda here, or why one of these fellas are inside a minecart. But this is the next roller coaster. As you can see, this is how it looks. I kind of tried to make it last a little while. As you can see, it is slowing down quite a bit. But is it just enough to keep you going? Just about. Not a half bad design, I don't think so. So there is a minecart here. So with right. The track has been destroyed a little bit, so let's go and search rail. There we go, that should fix all the problems. And let's get a minecart out of there. Alright. Better angle. Oh no, there's a minecart all the way up here already. Okay. Okay, that was not meant to happen. There's only supposed to be one minecart at a time. But that's how that happens. It bounces off one minecart and it just goes all the way back up. And music actually went quite loud there. The richest coaster, I named this one. I'll extend this going. I think this is also the tallest coaster in the world. And it drops you down as well. So of course I did design it well, because I don't know what on earth. Oh. I don't know what on earth this guy was doing. Oh no, the panda's now in the minecart. Okay, I don't even know what's happening anymore. And over this bridge we do have another minecart. So this is a minecart race. So of course, both minecarts should set off at the same time. So if I just angle both of them to how it should look, of course both minecarts go at the exact same time. That's the main reason why I called it a minecart race, even though they pretty much start and finish at the same time. Near enough. But if things go to work, if things work as a plan, we are back in the city, and I've also patched the other end up with purple stained panes. And yeah, that is my city from the Xbox 360, and may this be a reminder, it may look a bit crap because of how long ago I made it, because I was a kid when I did make it, and I was also super limited on space back on the 360. But if you did enjoy the content, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys all next time.